All right, guys, so we got a comment here from RFK Jr. that's going a little bit viral because people are a little concerned about what this might mean if it comes to fruition. So he was doing an interview talking about his relationship with Trump here, and he says Trump promised him the following. Listen.
The key that I think that President Trump has promised me is control of the public health agencies, which are HHS and its sub-agencies, CDC, FDA, NIH, and a few others, and then also the USDA, which is key to making America healthy, because we've got to get off of seed oils.
So according to RFK, he says Trump promised me basically to be the head of all of these major health-related agencies. Holy shit. Now, this is a rare instance where what I would say to you is, boy, oh boy, do I hope Trump is lying. And he won't, and he'll axe RFK in the back. Why do I say that? Guys, who are we kidding? The idea that this guy cracked the code and understands health better than anybody else is absolute fucking nonsense. This guy is one of the most prominent anti-vaxxers in the entire country. It's because of him, 83 people died. Remember that article in Rolling Stone? There was a measles outbreak. I forget where it was. Was it American Samoa? I think there was a measles outbreak because he went in there and spread his anti-vax nonsense, and 83 people died. And basically what happened is there was a mistake with one vaccine where the nurses accidentally mixed up a different drug in that vaccine, and that vaccine ended up killing somebody, right? It's a horrible story, terrible, but it was more about like medical mismanagement than it is about the vaccines themselves being bad. So he went in there and spread all vaccine misinformation and made it seem like it was just the vaccine that killed the person, the measles vaccine, and then the government took it seriously. People stopped taking the measles vaccine. There was a measles outbreak. 83 people died. This is his track record on health. Can we be serious here? Can we be serious? He's deeply anti-vaccine, and don't buy his bullshit when he's put in a corner and he's like, actually, I'm pro-vaccine. I'm just pro-safe vaccine. Okay, name one vaccine now that's on the market that you consider safe. So to put him as the head, and the other thing is like, do I trust him when it comes to food-related stuff? Like, do I think RFK Jr. knows all the stuff that's unhealthy and all the stuff that's healthy and what we should be eating and what we shouldn't be eating? Isn't this the dude who was caught eating a dog? Now, he said, oh, it wasn't a dog, it was something else. I don't remember what his deflection was, but holding up a carcass of a dead animal and biting out of it. He did the weird thing with a bear. Remember when he did that weird thing with a bear? Like, okay, so I got more for you. Look at this. He was on Fox and Friends. He says the following.
Hey, Janelle, what is your question?
About 100,000 schools participate in the USDA's national lunch program during the year. If you're given a position by the Trump administration in the agricultural department, what will you do to improve school lunches?
I'll get processed food out of school lunch immediately. About half the school lunch program goes to processed food. About 70% of food stamps go to processed food. 10% of food stamps go to sugar drinks, to sodas. We're creating diabetes problem in our kids by giving them food that's poison, and I'm going to stop that.
Okay, this is a guy who probably considers pasteurized milk as processed food, right? Go look at what happened. In some states, they decided we're going to, legalize drinking raw milk. And some Republican politicians drank it to celebrate. And then guess what? They all got sick. Because the pasteurization is actually important to get rid of all of the negative things in there, right? So, don't trust this guy. By the way, Ryan Grimm said something here that I disagree with. He comes out and says, this is such a fascinating Rorschach test. Michelle Obama going after processed foods that are killing us is good. RFK Jr. doing it, some sort of food dictator. In fact, anybody going after our awful processed food industry is a friend. Yes, but Ryan, what you're missing is Michelle Obama was like, hey, let's eat fruits and vegetables, which is good. Everybody agrees with that. RFK, his idea of healthy is like pasteurized milk is not okay. Right? Like every single fad conspiracy about some new fad diet that comes along, he's on board with it. Right? He thinks, oh yes, this is the true science. He doesn't trust any actual real science. He trusts junk science. He's like one of these alternative medicine cranks Guys, there's a reason why alternative medicine doesn't make the cut to be regular medicine, right? If the alternative medicine works, it wouldn't be alternative. It would make the cut and become real medicine. See, that's my problem. Look, I'm against big pharma because of the price gouging. I'm against big pharma because they're greedy and they rip everybody off and they have colossal profit margins. I want to get the profit out of that system. He's against big pharma because he doesn't believe in modern medicine, right? There's a big, big difference there. Those are not the same thing. Those are not remotely the same thing. My solution would be to nationalize big pharma, get the profit motive out of it, right? His solution would be, let's pull all these drugs, which actually might be effective, off the market, because I think that in my crank junk science worldview, that this medicine's actually the problem. You know, he's blamed mass shootings on antidepressants. That's literally Alex Jones type shit. Where in reality, in many instances, the people who end up doing mass shootings, maybe they were diagnosed with depression, right? Maybe they were diagnosed with anxiety. And when they go and do the shooting, they stopped taking their pills, and that's when they snapped. When they were on the pills, it actually helped. Like, just call a spade a spade. He believes in junk science. He doesn't believe in real science. He's a fucking crank, and everything he said about vaccines proves that point. So no, Michelle Obama saying eat fruits and vegetables is not the same thing as RFK being in control of all of our freaking health industries. That'd be insane. That would be insane. You want to repeat what happened on that island with 83 people dying because he's spreading nonsense? Is that what you want to do? Jesus Christ. It is not a Rorschach test. It is not. RFK believes in junk science. Michelle Obama was just saying, hey, let's eat some fruits and vegetables. So, but this is a terrifying thing. Look, this alone is a reason to vote against Trump. It truly is. This alone. This guy at the head of our health agencies, he doesn't know his ass from his elbow, and he's a fucking conspiracy theorist about virtually everything. You should not trust him to make decisions as it pertains to everybody's health. That is a terrifying notion. By the way, now, just so everybody's clear about how bad he is on issues of science, he used to talk about climate change all the time. Now, totally caved to the right-wingers, doesn't talk about it at all. Doesn't talk about climate change at all. He wants to fit in now with MAGA, so he dropped one of the big things that he cared about for years, and now he says, oh, it's a divisive thing to talk about. What happened to, oh, yeah, I believe in science and I believe in truth? Looks like you're caving politically to fit in with a tribe and not talking about a serious issue that you probably know deep down is a super serious issue. So how's that for a big-time science believer? Not only is he anti-vaccine, now he's totally dropped climate change as an issue to talk about and try to fix. And this is the guy that we want as the head of our health agencies? That is terrifying. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.